Hi there, welcome, خوش آمدین to my kitchen. Today we'll be making a simple ground beef recipe. Or kufta, as we call it in Dari, is something that is used in so many different dishes in Afghan cooking, and I love to make it in a huge batch ahead of time, freeze it in smaller Ziploc bags, and have it on hand for easy access cooking to make my meals a lot easier to cook and shorten the amount of time that I use in the kitchen. Especially as someone who works full time, it just makes it so much easier for me to have this made ahead of time. So I'd love to share with you this recipe as it's something that is used in so many different components of Afghan cooking, and you'll see it time and time again. And a lot of the recipes I'll be sharing in my videos here on Noshejaan. For instance, in just 1 week, I'll make this kofta, the ground beef. This basic recipe, I'll cook it in the same way every single time, and I'll eat it in sambosa as a stuffing for the sambosa. I will add spices to it and create aush, the soup out of it. I will add spices and sauce and create a great chili with it. There's so many possibilities of what you can do, or just honestly enjoy it by tossing it in with your scrambled eggs in the morning, or as a simple ground beef itself. Let's get started with the cooking. We'll first begin by chopping our onions, and if you want a quick, easy tutorial on how to chop onions, definitely be sure to check out my video on how to chop onions easily. It'll make the process so much smoother for you. Organic grass-fed beef. I typically stick to an 85 to 15% ratio in meat to fat, because a little bit of fat in the meat does actually help with the flavoring and the cooking process, and to make sure that your meat isn't too overly dry. So let's go ahead and get cooking on our stovetop.
Put a nice big pot on the stove, get some olive oil and our chopped onions in there. I'm gonna cook these until they become almost translucent golden brown. A step before it gets to that color, I'm now gonna add my minced garlic and cook it. And once the onions are translucent golden brown, the garlic doesn't need long, it's cooked as well. We're adding in our raw ground beef and going to add the water and salt. Give it a nice mix and continue to mix as it cooks, just to really break down the beef. We're cooking it until all of the liquid is evaporated. You'll just see a little bit of oil remaining at the end there, and that's totally fine. You know it's done being cooked when all of the liquid has totally evaporated out, and you'll see this beautiful brown color.
This kofta smells so delicious, and really the simplicity of the ingredients used here is so that you can take this simple kofta and enhance it, add different flavors and spices, and use it in multiple dishes. It's such an essential component of how I cook in my kitchen, and I really hope that it becomes something that you can use in yours to simplify the cooking process as well. Let's go ahead and try some. Take a bite of this. Wow. The sweetness of the onions is such a great balance to the beef itself. Has such a nice, subtle, even keel flavor. And the garlic does not taste garlicky at all. If anything, it takes over that overwhelmingly meaty sort of flavor and tones that down a lot more. So this really is the perfect simple ground beef, and I didn't add any other additional spices so that you can add those spices when you cook the various dishes that you'll be using this for, whether it be in khichdi, in your aush, in sambosa, whatever you use it for, chili. Now you have a staple base that makes cooking so much easier and just cuts down that time. I like to make this on Sundays in a huge pot and just put it away for the rest of the week. And I know now my meal prep becomes that much easier and I'm able to enjoy fresh homemade meals, essentially from scratch-ish, or even to have something on hand in the instance that I have guests come over last minute or anything like that, or I just have a craving for something like sambosa and I can't get the same thing in stores as what we make at home, right? So I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as I do. Noshejaan to all the creations you'll be making in your home. And if you like this video, please be sure to give me a like and a comment to let me know how you like it and what else you'd like to see here in the world of Imanistan. And please be sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out to know that we have a community here and to see it growing.